right now it's just fundamentals, just, pad level, playing with good hands, being violent, and getting off the ball. And, we talked about in the past having dynamic guys, that can get off the ball and, threaten offensive linemen right away. So our guys are just developing that right now and getting better each day.
Is there a particular player that's good at that in the raw skill level?
Oh, right now I think the whole group is doing a good job. They're all buying into it. Nash is leading the way right now. He's doing a good job with leadership, taking ownership of the room. And, with Ty Robinson and Blaze out right now, he's, taking that leadership role to the next level. So he's doing a good job of, hearing the message from Coach Rule, hearing the message from me, and applying it to the rest of the room.
Is Blaze out with the rest of spring?
I don't know. You have to ask Drew. He has all the PhDs. I just, when guys line up out there and I see him, I call him out there on the field. So.
What about Elijah Judy, Coach? What have you seen from him, and how do you plan to use Elijah?
Well, Elijah's one of those guys that can line up anywhere. He has a great skill set. Like I said, right now we're just building our fundamentals, man. Just doing everything, from the base up, getting in the great stance, playing with good pad level. He's a guy, like I said, can line up anywhere, can play the 5 technique, 3 technique. So, and with the defense that we run, with Coach White having a lot of guys being able to line up everywhere, he'll be a guy that we feel like can be productive for us.
So are you responsible for the edge rushers or whatever you guys call those players too?
Me and Rob are splitting it. We got a lot of guys that can do both, can line up with their hand in the dirt and stand up. And like I said, that's what we want. We want versatile guys, that can do both, and we definitely have that.
Who are the guys who can do both those things?
All our guys that stand up can put their hand in the dirt. Prince Will can do both. MJ Sherman can do both. Jamari can do both. So, Maverick Noonan, we have a lot of guys that can line up at linebacker, line up at DN, and sometimes bump down to 3 technique where Kai Wallen has done it, Prince Will have done it, which they probably never done in the past. So, and they're tough enough to do it. So right now, that's what we're trying to do.
What a guy like Jamari, what has he done so far in the first 6 practices to either stand out or what he needs to work on?
He's showing that he's physical. That's the first thing we look for, what guys are tough. He's definitely a tough guy. He has versatility. He can be in my room. He can be in Rob's room. And he's a smart guy. So when you have guys like that have the ability to do that and also can learn the playbook fast, it definitely helps.
What have you seen from A.J. Rollins making the move over?
A.J. has natural ability to play defensive line. And usually guys like that, tight ends, because, they block well and, they move well. The movements are kind of the same. For him, it's just, changing his stance a little bit, learning the playbook, and, just getting comfortable with it. That's it for him. But naturally, he does it well. So when we're doing pass rush and those type of things, you can see, the defensive line traits.
What's his enthusiasm level for making that switch?
He's all for it. He's all for it. The guys believe in Coach Rule, and he has a history of moving guys' position, for the better. So he's doing a great job with it. He's a smart guy, so he'll pick up on it quick, and just trying to get him a lot of reps so he can see himself and so he can improve.
I know you watched Nash's tape from last year. What are some of the areas that you think he needs to really improve on? What are some areas that you think he's pretty good at?
Yeah, so when I first got here, I knew he was a big, stout guy, right? He can play the run, but, just trying to help him elevate his game to the next level, showing his athleticism, getting on the edge, not just being a 2-gap guy and being the guy who can move and get vertical and play in the backfield. So he's bought into it. His body is changing. He's losing some weight, so that's helped.
Yeah, he mentioned that he wanted to kind of reshape his body and shed some pounds. What is that benefit?
It helps him on his movement and how we're going to play on defense, running to the ball every play. He's definitely going to have to drop a few, and he'll do that naturally. And with the nutritionist and working with Corey and just the way we practice, he'll be in elite shape and be ready to go. And I really believe that.
Coach, how's it gone just blending a new staff together, new players? Obviously these first 6 and probably there's been a lot of things you guys have been able to cover. How's that all gone?
Well, right now we're all learning. And Coach Rue does a good job of keeping his coaches on their toes and the players as well. And we have a what's next mentality, and we just go out there and we're prepared for anything.
Tony talked about kind of focusing on mentality right now. What type of mindset?
Gritty playmakers, and that's the mentality we're going to have. And gritty for me is just doing everything the tough way. If you're getting double teamed, you're fighting through it. If the ball is 20 yards away from you, you're fighting through it. But at the same time, we want to go out there and make plays and play in the backfield.
The interior guys have gotten a lot of
You could definitely see it. And, talking about Ruquan earlier and talking about Nash, and then a guy like Wynn, who was a big, stout guy, and just getting those guys moving a little bit. And, Wynn, he wants to play at the next level, so just doing little things to help him with that, with his foot speed and, those type of things. Because they're big, strong guys, but you got to be able to move.
So, trying to be a better ball hockey team. What do you do differently that maybe kind of push that to another level?
I just think the mentality right now as a defense, they understand what we want. So there's a lot of leadership in the defensive room, and they're pushing those guys to make sure we're running to the ball, we're attacking the ball, we're all speaking the same language. If a ball's on the ground, it's ours, we're picking it up. And just relaying those messages to the guys, from Coach Rule to the rest of the coaching staff, and now the leaders are starting to do it. So you see it picking up as a group when the pairs are pushing their pairs to do it.
Is it a mentality or is it a technique?
Both. Right now, there's a certain technique we have to pick up the ball when it's on the ground, but you have to have the mentality to attack the ball as well. So it works hand in hand.
How many guys do you have kind of bouncing between the D-line room and the linebacker room, and how do you work that balance?
Every day it changes. Every day it changes. Like you see today, we threw Prince Will at middle linebacker, and he made a play. So every day it changes, and that's the beauty of it right now with spring ball and having versatile guys. You throw them in somewhere else, and you can see a different skill set, and and that's the beauty of it. You never know where a guy's going to line up or where he'll end up. Yeah, he's the same. He's the same, and he's a more experienced guy. He knows how to rush. He can line up with his hand in the dirt. He can rush through the middle. He can rush off the edge. And he's a guy I'm excited about from day one where he got here to where he is right now. He's a guy that is probably a perfect example of a guy who's improving each day.
Is that the beauty of this game? There's a lot of intermixing, a lot of interchangeable parts that aren't necessarily locked.
Yeah, a lot of guys moving around, but it's a tribute to the players that they're in the playbook, they're learning the defense. They have to learn things on the fly, and they're doing that, and they bought into it. And all we ask them to do is go out and play hard, and the football will handle itself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one more round.